One click is all it takes to lose everything.
We are in a cyber war. You can either be a defendant or you could be a victim.
Lack of cyber education and cyber awareness is not only problematic today, it is going to be an epidemic problem in the future. Our current generation, we are giving them cell phones and iPads and computers and internet access. And we are entrusting them to basically live their entire lives online. Yet most of them, we never talked about cybersecurity. We never talked about cyber education. I'm still shocked because I have an 18-year-old, a 16-year-old, and a 13-year-old. And I asked them, do they cover cybersecurity, cyber education in school? And every one of them said no. Wait a second. Our kids are required to take home ec. They're required to know how to cook. They're required to take art classes. They're required to go in and take woodworking classes, but they're not required to take cybersecurity classes. I thought education is helping our children survive. I thought it's all about giving them the core fundamental principles they need to be effective in life, yet we're not teaching them about cybersecurity. And this is problematic because kids don't know the dangers. Kids do not realize that anybody can impersonate anyone online. I recently talked to my daughter. She's in a group of friends. And some of these kids she never met. And I said, how do you know they're okay? Oh, Dad, these are other 16-year-olds that are in track and field. And I said, how do you know? And she sort of looked at me. She's like, because they told me. And I'm like, do you realize online I could be a 16-year-old? I could say I like track and field to build a friendship with you. And she sort of had this shocked look on her face, like she never thought about that. And I tell you, that got me really upset because that means I failed as a dad. I should have better educated my children on the dangers that are out there. So we as parents have a responsibility to sit down and before we give our children cell phones, let them download apps, let them have social media accounts, we need to explain to them the dangers. We need to explain to them that when you get an email, it might not come from who you think it is. And if you just click on a link, all of your data could be compromised. We are raising a generation that is very technically savvy. They are super smart with electronics and unfortunately clueless on the dangers and the issues that could cause harm to them. So we need to start stepping it up as parents. And I recommend once a week, sit down with your kids for 30 minutes and just discuss the predators that are out there, discuss some of the security issues, and just start giving your children some tips and tricks to be safe online because we need to protect our future generation. And this lack of cyber education is going to continue to cause a problem unless we step it up.